Okay then, since it's 8:10, so I hope everyone has joined. Uh, Today, what I'm going to cover is like Linux first, Linux operating system. What is the Linux operating system? Why we should use Linux operating system? So, lot of details I'm going to show you. So before that, everyone attended previous class or anyone is new today? Previous there was only just introduction session, not that much. So everyone already done, right? Introduction, or am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
hi.
Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. Let me share my screen and I'll record the session also. My screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So since we all want to learn DevOps, so before DevOps, I think you should know the Linux operating system, because there are many things we need in DevOps for Linux things. Like a lot of things are there. If someone wants to install the package, so that time Linux will come to picture. If you want to edit something, that time Linux will come to picture. So that's what I'll be touching Linux first, not like all the things Linux, but whatever really needed for DevOps, those I'll be covering. Okay. So here, first line only it is telling a powerful open source operating system. Okay. So what is Linux? Linux is a powerful operating system. OS. It is same like your Windows.
Sir, can you please record it?
Oh, sorry, I forgot that. Let me record it.
Recording in progress.
Okay. So it is an operating system. So in Linux, it is like totally command line based. It is. You can take as example as Windows. Windows also we are installing Windows on top of our hardware, whatever hardware will be there, and on top of that we'll be installing Windows. The same way Linux also will be there. On top of Linux or Windows operating system, we are installing a lot of applications. The same way in Linux also it will be happening. S- so here let me elaborate this what is Linux thing. So here first one I told like it is open source. Open source in the sense it is available in the market. This operating system I don't need to buy from anyone. But for Windows, what will happen? Pirate version will be there, but if you want to really use on your office purpose, you have to use the license from the Microsoft. But Linux, you don't need to buy license Microsoft. Any from Linux operating Linux Foundation is there. So from there you don't need to buy. You just download it from the internet. That's why it is called as open source. Okay. Unix like operating system. This is different history is there. I don't want to go to that much history, but I'll tell you the brief about that. So it was initially created by Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds is a guy who invented this Linux operating system in 1991. From his name only, this Linux came into picture. Okay, his name is Linus Torvalds. So from Linux, he gave Linux. Okay, and it is like GNU project. This GNU also, I'll let you know. So before that, let me explain the Linux, how Linux came into picture. So here you can see Unix. One is speaking. Okay, everyone is able to hear me, right? Or
Yes.
okay, he said like he can't hear. Okay, fine. So Unix. Here, why we gave Unix? There are few university students from America. So they want to run or they want to run some application of their application for testing purpose. Okay, on maybe 1965 in Bell Laboratory. Everyone heard about Bell Laboratory, right? So in that, few guys like few friends, 4 or 5 guys, they tried to like create an operating system where their application will be running. Okay, so that time they created that operating system and they gave like Unix. Unix has the full form also. Unified something will be there, you can search it on the in the internet. So Unix they have created on that time and they want to run, so they are able to run that application. But to run that application or to run that operating system, they need to buy lot of hardware stuffs, because direct this operating system will not install. Like in Windows, your laptop also, your laptop, what you are doing, you are buying first the hardware. Which hardware? Any hardware, maybe Dell hardware, maybe Lenovo, maybe something else, HP hardware also. So you are first buying the hardware, then on top of that you are installing your Windows operating system, right? The same way here also, they has to buy the hardware, then they install operating system on top of that particular hardware. Okay, so in 1965 it was running fine, but that time it was not that much popular. And then and since the hardware portion, like they have to buy hardware, and since they are they are the university student, they doesn't have that much money, and they drop that project like maybe after 1 or 2 years. Okay, then again the same guys, they said no, we can try, and it should be good in the future also. So then what they started in 1975, I think. So they again started this project, and again like because of that hardware issue, hardware cost and some other cost, they are not that much familiar with using that particular Unix operating system. But from there itself, what is to happen, what they thought like, okay, I created this particular operating system, okay fine, I'll be make it in internet, like open source. It means like anyone can access that particular code and they can use it for their purpose. Okay, so from there 1976 or 75, so from there this Unix is so popular, like how like different companies were there on that time, like IBM, HP, Sun Solaris, Android. So this what they are doing, since this is internet, open to internet, anyone can download and they can modify the code and they can give their own name. Okay, so the same way what Sun Solaris, Sun company is there on that time. So they downloaded the code, they modified something, and they gave name with Solaris. Same way HP also. So HP AX. No, IBM AX, I think HP UX. So the same way, like they are downloading the code. Since this is internet, on the internet, they just downloaded it, they modified the code, they have given their own name, and they are running their business also on that. But on that time, what they did, they said like if you want to use this free software Unix, or if it is Sun Solaris, HP UX, IBM AI. So this kind of thing, if you want to run your operating system, Unix operating system, that time you need to buy their own hardware. It is like IBM is saying, hey, if you want to use AIX, you have to buy IBM hardware. Okay. The same way we also said that okay, you need to buy HP hardware. Then on top of that, you need to install Unix. Otherwise, your operating system will not run on other hardware. Okay. So that this guy Linus Torvalds, he was also a university student at that time. He wanted to run his project on operating system, but he doesn't have that money because IBM said like, okay, if you want to use his operating system, you need to buy my hardware. And that time they were selling it too much price. Okay, and this guy cannot afford that price. So this guy thought like, okay, if I am also downloading this Unix and I can do some modification, and if I am just doing my own operating system, then what will happen? Then it would be easy to run that particular application. Okay. So by thinking that particular this guy Linus Torvalds, he started he just started downloaded it to like modify the code, and he has given his own name when it is on 1991. So in 1991, he finally succeeded with this operating system, and he gave this operating system is Linux. But every other operating system came from there. This Unix only. So that's what it is telling. Unix like operating system kernel. So it came from Unix, but if different people have downloaded and they have modified their own name or their own things, own configuration, own coding, and they have given their own name. So this guy in 1991, it is given he created the Linux operating system. But this guy only created this for his own purpose, only desktop purpose. He want to run some application on his desktop. But this operating system is later famous on server side. So now it is more famous than desktop side. It is server only. Linux. If I am using Linux, I'll be using mostly on server only. Linux server. Till here, good. This history, like it is open source. It is Unix like open source in the sense it is available on the internet, and Unix like in the sense it came from the Unix. From where it is long back, as I explained now only. Okay. Going to next slide. So here lot of advantages are there. Okay. So in this first advantage for this operating system is open source. Okay. Open source I already explained, it is available on the internet. You don't need to buy any license for this. You can download, you can modify, you can again just push it back to the open source also, and you can give your own name so that some other community can use it, and they can also contribute like the same way you are doing also. Just now I explained. So this is open source means available on the internet. Okay, and it is license free. You don't need to buy license, you don't need to spend any money also. The next is kernel. So this is the very important thing on Linux, and this kernel is like called heart of kernel. You can say heart of operating system, Linux operating system, because this kernel will be doing everything. What it is written here, the kernel, Linux kernel is the core component of the operating system, responsible for managing system resources. System resources in the sense it is system hardware, system in hardware. What are the things that there? CPU, RAM, keyboard, mouse, everything it will be managing. Who will be managing? Kernel. This kernel I'll come on detail later. And it is also communication between hardware and software. This is the important thing. So what it is helping, it is communicating between hardware and software, because software and hardware is totally different. Hardware only knows 010101, but software we need to input something, because we'll have lot of codes for our application, for our database, whatever. We'll have lot of our codes, but those codes will be like English written language, but hardware will only understand 0101. So now this is the big problem, how hardware will communicate to software and software will communicate to hardware. So in that time, who is helping? Kernel is helping. Kernel has that ability to communicate, convert from digit to 1010 or 1010 to some other language. So kernel has that ability. That is the second biggest advantage of kernel. Yes, anyone is talking? Okay, fine. The another advantage is multi-user and multitasking. Multi-user, from by naming also you understood, like multi-user, multiple user can access that server at a same time. It is not like one user logged out then I'll log in. No, more than 100 also users can log in at the same time on the server Linux. So that is the biggest advantage also. And multitasking, one user can do multiple tasking and multiple user can do multiple tasking also. Multiple tasking in the sense, at a time I'll be having maybe more than 10 tasks I can do at a time. So Linux will be able to understand all those things. It is not like one task I have done, then I'll go for a next task. No, directly you can perform a lot of tasks over there. So that's what it is also another biggest advantage of Linux, multi-user and multitasking. So on this slide, any issue, any doubt, any question? All good? Okay, great. Let me go to next slide. So there are other advantages also available. Okay, stability and reliability. So what it is telling, Linux is known for its stability and reliability. It is often used in server environments and critical systems where uptime and performance are essential. In Windows system, what is happening if your server or your laptop is turned on more than maybe 1 or 2 days? That time laptop will become slow. But Linux is not like that. Linux server can be run more than 1 year, 2 year also. Still, performance would be better in Linux, better than Windows. So that's what it is telling, stability and reliability. Linux is known for its stability and reliability. Like even though if you are giving lot of processes running for more than 100 days, 200 days, still Linux will serve better. Okay. The next advantage is security. So another advantage is security. In Windows, you need to give lot of like antivirus, lot of things. But what Linux it is doing, it is more secure by doing different features. It includes features like user account controls. Here, there will be one administrator who control all the user accounts, and this user will get which permission or some other things. So those also can be controlled through Linux administrator role. That is called root account will be there by default for each and every Linux server. So who can manage all the things, the user control, file permissions, lot of things. Also, regular security updates contribute to overall security of Linux-based system. So here in Linux, there will be a regular security patches. Maybe it can be maybe every month, it can be every quarter, maybe it can be every 2 months. It depends on company how you want, how they want to apply the patches. But patches will be available almost every monthly. What that patches in the sense if any security vulnerability is there, so that time they will release some patches, so you need to apply those patches to your server. Next is portability. Linux has been reported to a wide range of hardware platforms. So this one is another advantage where previously I said like IBM, what IBM said, if you want to run AX operating system, you need to buy IBM hardware. But in Linux Torvalds, what he created, like he's telling this software, this operating system can be run to any hardware. It can be Lenovo hardware, it can be Dell hardware, it can be HP hardware also. So that is the another biggest advantage. You just download the software and apply to your like hardware, any hardware it will support. It is not like it will not support. Till here good. This slide, any doubt on this slide? No doubt. Great.
Yes.
Okay. So another advantages are there, community collaboration. So community collaboration in the sense is this is open source. It is available on the internet. Anyone can do anything on that particular code or operating system. That's why here what it is written, the development and maintenance of Linux involve a large and active community developers. While active community developers, which because it is available on the internet, you don't need to spend money to join that particular community. So that's why everyone is available over there. Okay, developers, contributors, and users. This collaboration model encourages innovation, rapid development, and continuous improvement. If someone is going there and is saying, okay, there is some bug, I need to fix it, and that would be like enhance the Linux operating systems feature. So they are just simply doing that modification, and they are again just pushing over there on the open source so that others can use it. And another advantage is there, like distributions. So Linux, it is not like only Linux is there. There are a lot of names they are given. As I said, from Unix they are downloading the code, and they are just modifying the code, and they are giving their own name. The same way Linux is created, right? And Ubuntu also same, it is coming from Unix only. Fedora also one group of guys, they have given the name. Debian also they have given the name. CentOS also there, they have given the name. But as of now, the famous is first Linux and then Ubuntu. Rest all are okay, people are using, but not that much. But Linux and Ubuntu is mostly used by the people as of now in the world.
Hello,
Yeah,
I have a question.
yeah, tell me.
So actually, I just wanted to know, like you showed us that sign Linux and the other operating system, right? Like all of them are Linux only.
Okay.
They have given different names, or is it like, see,
No.
Ubuntu, Fedora, Debian, CentOS, all of them are Linux only?
Yeah, not Linux exactly. You cannot say it is like different company. Linux like company Ubuntu. See this Linux means, see Red Hat Linux will be there. Red Hat you have heard, right? From
Yeah.
this Linux kernel, they
Hmm.
downloaded this Linux kernel, and then
Hmm.
what they have done, they have modified, and they have given their own name. What's called Ubuntu. This is one
Okay.
company name. Fedora
So, but
also. Yeah.
all of the commands in these operating systems will be the same as Linux?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Most of it will be the same, but there will be slight changes. Like
Hmm.
Red Hat, we use Yum to install. In SUSE, we use Zyper. And for Ubuntu, we use apt.
Yeah, that is slide will be changed, but almost all commands will
Small
be
changes.
there.
Yes, that is
Okay.
right.
That is different package management, so that is different thing. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
So another, like it is open source, I already explained, so I don't need to explain again. This is the like good example how your machine or Linux is working. Okay, this is, you can say that a small circle, this is hardware. Assume this is hardware in the sense, since like if you are going to buy any laptop, so that time first they will ask you which hardware you want, like maybe which company's hardware, maybe Lenovo, maybe HP, Dell. So that is the hardware part. So on top of that, kernel will be available. There is slight change between Windows operating system or Linux. So Windows, it is called operating system, but in Linux it is kernel. And kernel, previously I said, like there is heart of operating system. So everything is managing through this kernel only. That's what kernel is, residing between hardware and your application or software, you can say. So first hardware is there. On top of, once I we bought the hardware, then we'll be installing operating system, that is nothing but kernel for Linux, who is managing all the things. On top of that, shell will be there, who will be interacting with human being with kernel. Okay, so here one thing is there, important thing you should understand this. This kernel is talking to human being like shell and hardware. So hardware cannot understand human language like shell language, and shell cannot understand the hardware language because hardware will be 1010. So who is converting all those things? This kernel is converting the thing. If human is telling, okay, I want to execute some command, maybe uptime, but hardware only understand 0101. So that time what it is doing, shell, it is taking kernel, it is taking, okay, uptime means it is converting to hardware's language, and again once hardware language done that particular command, the output again it is sending to kernel. Kernel is translating to language. So like this it is happening. Till here good here? Like, any doubt on this picture? No doubt, right?
No, no, no.
So you should always remember this picture in your mind, always, because this will help you to gather more knowledge on about the Linux. How it is working? First hardware is there, next kernel or operating system, next shell. On top of shell, we will be installing all the applications. Okay, so you should remember this picture. Now use cases of Linux. Where and all will be using Linux operating system. Okay. First is the like famous, it is famous on which server operating system. Like in server it is working. Here Linux is a dominant choice for server.
Uh, just a second. OS means it's a combination of Linux, kernel, and shell, right?
Yes. See, in this shell will be different. You just it is on top of shell only, like kernel only. But here we are just differentiating to understand better. With kernel, shell will be available with kernel. Okay, shell is what? To connect to kernel. That is by default feature of operating system. Understood, right?
Yes, shell.
Okay. So here, what it is telling? It is telling powering a significant portion of web server, database servers, and cloud infrastructure. So here, server, this Linux operating system using on server only. Where database servers also cloud infrastructure only. Cloud infrastructure in the sense, if you are going with AWS, in that whatever we are spinning up, any server, any database, everything running on Linux operating system, on top of Linux operating system only. Okay, and the popular server distribution include Ubuntu, CentOS, and Red Hat. These three are more popular. This Linux came. See, this Red Hat is one company. They downloaded their Linux code and they have given their own name, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, RHEL. Same way, CentOS also they downloaded the Linux code or kernel, they modified and they have given their own name. That is called CentOS. Ubuntu also same way. All are open source, but for Red Hat, if you want to buy some subscription, or if you want to get some more advanced feature, that time you need to have the license from Red Hat. Otherwise, you will not get that much feature on Rail server. And Rail server is more popular in running server, database, application, anything. Okay. It is also used on web hosting also. Like any web application you can install on top of Linux. This like LAMP is there. It is very much using. So in LAMP, what will be there? Linux operating system will be there. Apache application will be there. MySQL database will be there. Python will be there. PHP or Python. So we can install LAMP also on top of operating system. It will be easily installable and you can use it easily. The next thing, cloud computing. Here also, see they are using in AWS, GCP, Microsoft Azure, all they are using this Linux operating system. On top of a Linux operating system, they have installed their application and everything is running. Also, we can use Linux as a development environment also. Like here, choice of software development due to its extensive toolset and support for programming language. So Linux is supporting almost all the programming languages. So you can develop anything on top of Linux also. That's what it is here. It is telling developers often use Linux for coding, testing, and building application. And this one will be doing only this one DevOps will be see DevOps in the sense developer plus operations team will be there. So in DevOps, this portion will be there, often used for coding, testing, and building application. So this portion will be using in future. Will be write down the code on top of Linux. Will test the code on top of Linux. Will build the application on top of Linux only. So everything will be done on top of Linux only. Okay. In this slide, any doubt?
What is Apache?
Yeah, Apache is a like one application, web application. HTTPD, you know that, right? That is called Apache.
Yeah. Okay.
That I'll be installing in future. I'll show you
Hmm.
how to install. Okay, there are a lot of other use cases also here. Containers and orchestration. This one will be using in DevOps. Where it is, see Docker containerization will be using as Docker. So this Docker will be running on top of Linux operating system. And also Kubernetes also to orchestrate this container will be using Kubernetes also. This also can be running on top of Linux. Network and services also. DNS is running on top of operating system. FTP, DHCP, everything is running on top of uh, Linux operating system only. Security and penetration testing also. So we can use this Linux operating system, ethical hacking, some security auditing. So in that also we can use Linux and educational and research purpose. This is also like even though NASA also using this Linux operating system for their research. Also, like whatever in Chandra and some others also they are in that also they use Linux operating system because this is really good and it can handle a lot of like pressure also pressure in the sense lot of heavy load also if you are putting load also Linux will be working better but if you are putting lot of load in Windows it will be hang or it can stop also but Linux is has that ability to run even though if you are giving but there is some saturation load will be there if you are exceeding that Linux also can be break but it is more powerful than Windows. Next also like embedded systems. So here we can include lot of other tools also in that Linux operating system so that I can use my own purpose. Desktop operating system he only created first like Linux torvalds only created for desktop but later it famous on server side. We can use Linux operating system for file and print service also. Data centers also we can use it. I think okay, there are a lot of other use cases also. Firewalls and routers, media entertainment. We can like video editing also. Video like what is video editing will be there. Video streaming also will be there. We can install those application on top of Linux operating system and it can work. And we can use some like home project also. Do it yourself. You can do because since it is open source you download it you do your you just research is you can research also on top of because this is free if you are a student okay you don't need to buy any license on hardware so it is totally free of cost. There are a lot of things are there but this is somewhat detailed in Linux operating system but since we'll be learning DevOps so we don't need to go that much details now. So till this slide everyone is good, right? If everyone is good then I'll move forward with like in AWS going some like how to create an instance so I can show you guys. This PPT is good for everyone or any doubt with this PPT?
Yeah, it's good.
Good, right? Okay. So uh, everyone has AWS account or AWS cloud account everyone has, or anyone is
No,
not having?
I don't have.
You don't have. Okay.
Mm.
What it's telling on guys?
Even I don't have.
Okay. I think yesterday, like not yesterday, Friday. I think Friday I have given one video. You followed that video? Okay. Wait, let me search it. You can follow that video, or else, because in this I have already account. Uh, MFA, what is create account? Yeah, this guy, Ashok IT. But I'll show you. I'm not going to show you full details, but you need to give your own details. You should have the credit card or debit card, and you should have your like ID card, government ID card. So here you need to just search here, create AWS account. Okay, just click on Amazon.
Card also.
Yeah, government ID card. It is needed. Some like Aadhaar card ID, maybe it is needed.
It is compulsory, or we can
Yeah, it is
have those.
compulsory. Compulsory. I think.
And one more thing, in
Yeah.
organization, do you use Linux system, or based on the like Windows you install in Windows,
See,
or direct?
Windows. No. Directly Linux operating system will be there. Lot of servers will be there. When I was in IBM, that time like 20,000 servers for banking, like project. 20,000 Linux servers. I
Okay, for
used on that.
practice we need to install in Windows only.
Sorry.
If we need to like do some practical parts, then we have to install in Windows only, right?
No, here that's what I'll be using AWS server.
Okay, through AWS you are creating Linux service.
In
Yes, setting up
AWS,
an instance. Yes.
Okay.
in AWS, I'll be creating Linux servers and I'll connect to that Linux server. On top of that, we'll be doing all the things, whatever needed.
Okay, thanks.
And here, see, once you'll go to this sign into console. Oh, here I have already. Sorry. Create AWS account. Sign up option will be there. Create an AWS account. Okay. You need to click there. Okay. And here. mm, where is that option? Product solution. Sign in. If I'm doing sign in. It's by default logged
click
in
on
with
sign in
my.
option and log out the previous account and you can create
I
it.
think you should clear cache, Samay.
Yeah. Wait.
That is it.
I'll leave some other.
Sure.
Here logged in or not, I don't know. Here still. So here you will getting, see, create an AWS account option is there, right? See, create an AWS account and you have to give some, see your email address, your name. Once it is verified, you need to go for next. It will give some other details you need to provide. And if you are facing any issue, you can refer this video. This guy told. See, this guy they gave this like this verification code will be there in Gmail, and to give see some your phone number or some other details, and it will be. So once everything is done, the console will be like this only. Okay, this is AWS console. Here your name will be there, which region you are. So AWS are different database, so they have given the name. So I selected here as of now Mumbai because it is nearer to me. So you should always select nearer to you so that you will get best service from the internet, because it will go through all the internet. So US means it will be like a lot of distance from here. So that's why Mumbai is nearer to us. So we should select Mumbai. So here, what we'll do? So who all doesn't have that account? Like a maximum folks or few people doesn't have account? So who all doesn't have account, please create today itself, because tomorrow I'm going to create server, and everyone should do the same thing whatever I'll be doing. Okay, Janardhan. Okay. So here, since this is recorded session, so you can follow this also. How to create a server. Today I'm going to show you how to create a server. Okay. Here, so once your account is created, it will be like this. It will show you your name here, which location, and here search option. Here, for to create server, we have to select instance EC2. So here I'll search it EC2. So EC2 means it is like a server, you can say. The name is Elastic Cloud Computing. This name has given by AWS or Amazon. We just will click here EC2 and we'll get this dashboard. Okay, and in this Amazon cloud, everything is like GUI only. You just need to click each and every details. Whatever details you want, you have to just provide that. Okay. So once I went to EC2 section, I'll go instances section. Instance means here the server. Okay. But before that, let me go to some other region, because Mumbai region I have bad network configured, so it will not connect. So I'll just change that, and instances I came it. So here, once I came to instances section, as of now, I don't have any instances running available. So if it is there, it could have showed here. Since there is no instances running for me in this account, so that's why it is not showing anything. So what I'll do, launch instance. Here option is there, here also option there. You can select any of the things. I'll say launch instance. Okay. In this, what it is telling? It is telling name and tab. Give the server name. Which server you want to give the name. So I'll say happy. I'll say happy. Server name is happy. Okay. Next, here the important part. Previously I said like you need to have hardware, you need to have your operating system, then only you will install, right? On top of hardware. So here two things you have to remember. They are telling which operating system you want to install and which hardware you want to install. Okay, these two things is very important, because it depends all your like use cases. Maybe you, if you are using heavy application, that time you should select heavy hardware also. So here as of now, what we'll do, we'll be using the lot of Linux is there. Even though Amazon also created their own Linux, that is called Amazon Linux, by taking that particular kernel code. He just downloaded the Linux code and he modified and he has given the name as a Amazon Linux. As of now, I'll be using Amazon Linux. In future cases, we'll be using Ubuntu also, Red Hat also. Mac also you can use it, but Mac will not support as of now. So okay, Amazon Linux, and here if you are selecting like this, you can select this. You just select here, it will be selecting. I'll be selecting Amazon Linux only. So once I've selected Amazon Linux, it will have different images also. Lot of images will be there. Okay, but for us, free tier we need. We don't want to pay anything as of now. Since you all are a student or maybe new learner, So we should not spend money for this AWS resources as of now. That's what will be mostly trying to use free tier, so like image or free tier hardware. Okay, so since it is telling it is free tier, I'll be using this one only. So I don't need to pay anything. Okay, so this is I selected my operating system. Which operating system should be installed for my server? Okay, I said okay, I want to run Amazon Linux, but till now I didn't selected any hardware. So now this is called instance type. Okay, there will be lot of instance will be there. Type in the sense here t2.micro in the sense what it is telling, it will have one virtual CPU and 1 GB RAM or memory, you can say. And since this is free tier eligible and will not install that much application, so we'll be using as of now t2.micro. We'll have lot of other also here. uh, Here T2 dot large is there. Here what it is telling, two virtual CPU and 8 GB memory. Like this, lot of types are there. You can use your purpose, like whatever purpose you are using, you can use as per that. Okay, C3 C5AD dot X large means four virtual CPU, 8 GB memory. And here on demand lot of options are there, you can check it. But for us as of now, t2.micro is fine, we can use it as of now for free. If you are creating new account for 1 year, it would be free. After that, maybe they can charge you. Okay, till here good, right? For my server I need operating system, I need hardware, both I have selected it here. Any doubt till here?
No.
Great. Next is key pair login. See, suppose I have created the server, but I don't know any credential. So that time I cannot log into my server. So that's why Amazon has created some by default thing that is called key pair. If you want to create your server, you have to create your key pair also. With that key pair, you have to log into your server. Otherwise, you cannot log in. Okay. So since we all are new, I will say, okay, I don't have any key pair. If you have existing key pair, okay, you can give. I have a lot of key pair, but I'll show you how to create new key pair so that whenever your account got created, you just try to follow the same way because video will be there, recording will be there. So you can see the video and you can create your own server. Here as of now, I'll say create new key pair. Okay. There are a lot of options will be there. Key pair they're selling. Okay, give some name. I'll say happy key. Okay, key pair, happy key pair, and key pair type will be there. This is some security type like algorithm. We can use either of the algorithm RSA or DED 25519. So I'll say I'll use RSA as of now. Okay, key pair type and private key file format. There are two format will be there, .pem and .ppk. I'll show you both. As of now, I'll say okay, I want to save the private key as a .ppk file. Okay, this is the format of the file. I think I have given all the details here. Once you have given all the details, you just create key pair. See, once I created key pair, it downloaded something. See, can you see? keypair.pka. This one is really needed whenever I'll be logged into the server. Okay, it is saved on my download section. So I'll try to connect later once server is created. Till now, no server created. Till now, what we have given information, operating system, hardware, and now key pair. From here, I'll be logging in. Now, server, if one server if I am creating without network, I cannot connect to this server, right? So I need network. That's what Amazon only given the say that section particular network section also, network settings. So here I need to select my network, what network it should be there and how it will be connecting. So those information I have to give here. Okay. So what Amazon, if I'm editing this particular setting, let me edit this. So here you'll get the edit option. If I'm editing this thing, by default, Amazon has created one network so that new user can at least try to use it without creating the network setting for them. Okay, but in company it will be have there have a different network will be there. Company will create it. It is not like Amazon will create. Okay, so as of now Amazon created for us, that is called default VPC. Here default you can see. So I'll say okay, use this default only. Subnet as of now leave it. It is, let it be, it is enable. Okay, now I will select, okay, as of now existing security group only. Okay, here also Amazon created default security group. See, you can see default security group. Okay, this security group is something different. Whenever AWS class will be there, I'll let you know, but this is like port allow, which port I want to allow. If I want to connect to server through SSH or putty, I should enable 22 port, or some if I want to enable like Apache web server, that time I should enable 80 port. So those things are mentioned on this security group, but whenever I'll be adding, that time I'll let you know. Okay,
I have a question.
yeah, tell me.
What is the difference between SSH and PuTTY?
Yeah, SSH name is secure socket shell. It is the method to connect to the server, but putty is giving you that platform to connect to the server. Okay,
No, I did not understand.
okay. SSH means secure socket shell, where your you will be connecting to the server. See, your server is in where I created as of now in US, right? How I will connect to that server? So it is creating one tunnel through the internet, that is called secure socket shell. Through that you will be connecting to your server where it is resides as of now in America. Like it is creating one new tunnel to connect to the server, nothing else. And putty is giving you that platform here. See, I cannot directly connect to the server, right? Someone has to be there from my side. So that is giving by putty. Putty is one application through which we are connected to the server. Got it? Right?
Okay.
Putty is application. Through application we will be connected. Directly I don't have any way to connect to that server in America.
So, like, how do you connect this TL and the SSH?
Yeah, that will come. Let me create the server, then I'll let you know. Yeah.
In real time. So if you create multiple servers, so maybe what the number of servers, right? So what about the key? Like now we are creating one server, we are getting the key, right? So how it works in the real time.
Real time there will be jump off. Okay. Jump server. Through that jump server, like one account or that particular jump server will be there in every server.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Now till we are right? Network was also good. Now another thing is configuration. Configuration was right? If we are going by any laptop, you are likely to shop on another. Hey, I don't want a laptop with 8 GB RAM or 4 GB or 8 GB whatever. So that is called configuration. So here also, what kind of configuration I want? I want 8 GB some storage will be there, right? I want some storage. Okay. Like I have maybe storage. Some I'll show you. See, Linux, your Windows, see, 40 GB, 1 GB storage I have. The same thing in Linux also. You need some storage to install your operating system. Because you need to first download operating system, right? Download, where you will keep? You need to keep somewhere. So because of that, you need some storage. Okay. Here as of now, I'm taking 8 GB storage, 8 GB storage file for me to accommodate that particular operating system, this Amazon Linux. Okay, this will be downloading to this particular storage only. It will be resides on this storage only. So you need to specify the storage. So that's what we have already like specified with 8 GB. Good here, till here? Or any doubt? So this is this. Okay. These all are things I need to give to create my Linux operating system server. Okay. Now I have given everything. Here it is telling how many instances you want. As of now, I am telling, okay, I want only one. I don't want more. Okay. Once done everything, here you can see launch on instance is there. Okay. Just click on launch instance. So what it is telling? Successfully initiated launch of instance, and they have given the instance ID also. It means like it tried to create successfully. Now let's see whether it is created or not. Okay. So you can directly click here also. You can go to EC2 sections also. Okay. Go to EC2 section. Now it is telling instance is running one. I'll say go to instruction section, and here what is telling, I have given the happy name. It has given the instance ID, and it is telling what it is running, and status check. After creating, it is checking something whether everything is correct or not, hardware is correct or not, operating system is correct or not. It is given by Amazon itself. They are only by default they are checking everything. So it will take maybe 1 minute or 2 minutes to green. It should be passed. Okay, I'll say refresh it. Still it is initializing. So I'll be able to connect, but once it is passed, it will be good to connect, because it will check things, few things, whether everything is correct or not for that particular server after creating. So I'll just wait for few more seconds so that it should be passed, and then I'll try to connect it. But here we say, sir, like server is created, but how do I connect to the server? Where is the IP address and all? You can get it from here. See, public IP address monitoring, lot of things are there. Or else you can select here on that particular server. You will get lot of details on the below. You can see. Can you see this below? Lot of informations are there. So here, what are the information? Like whatever I have selected, which operating system, which hardware, and which network, which key. So those information will be there. Also with extra information. See here, lot of this AMI I have created. Lot of things are there. I have created with happy keep here. It is also given. Okay. Now to connect to the server, important thing this one. Okay. It is, let it be initialized. I'll try to connect it. Okay. I need to have the public IP address, because I'll be trying to connect to that server through through internet only, right? So that's what private is different, public is different. Private, like if someone is covering AWS, they will let you know. But here, as of now, I'll just copy public IP address, okay, and I'll open the putty. Now be careful, please focus on this screen, okay? So how to connect? I copied public IP address. Once you open the putty, you need to come to session. Okay, session is there, right? Once you selected session, here it is telling host or IP where you want to connect. It is telling specify the destination you want to connect to. Destination is my server, and server resides on the America. Okay, I have given the IP. Okay, I'll say I'll connect through SSH. That is the medium from where the server will connect, and by default SSH port is 22. Okay, till here good. If I have to connect to the server, I need to provide host IP, that is public IP, and port, and it should be SSH. I can connect through other, but this method is not good. SSH is very good and very secure also. Okay. Now the question may come, sir, okay, fine. I want to connect, but I didn't give any key. What is the authentication medium? I have to provide the key, right? That I have created. So to give the key, you have to come here. Okay. Connection, click on connection. Okay, expand that SSH. Okay, Once you expand that SSH, go to authentication, and in authentication, you will say credentials. Can you see this? Credentials. Once you select here it is telling private key file for authentication, which I downloaded. Okay, I'll say AC. I created this happy key pair today only. I'll say authenticate through this particular key only. Till here good or any doubt?
Can you please explain it once again?
Okay, fine. First thing, you have to copy your public IP address. Okay, and paste it over here in session section, and select SSH. By default port 22 will be there. See, serial port 9600. I'll say SSH port 22 by default came into picture. Okay, so I have given the IP address, but I need to authenticate, right? For authentication, what Amazon has given? Private key. You need to provide the private key. What I'll say to put in here, this is my private key. Through this you authenticate and connect to the server. Without that, that will not work. Okay, to provide that particular key, you need to come to connection. Okay, connection, under connection, SSH will be there. Okay, if you are expanding SSH, authentication will be there, auth, and inside auth, credentials will be there. And in credential here, they will ask you for private key file authentication. So here you need to browse it and you need to give that location where your key is downloaded. Here, as of now, my key is downloaded C user Samuel downloads and happy. Okay, now I have given everything, IP address, key also. Now I'll say open it. What it is telling? This key is not cached to this server. Okay, now I'll say accept this. Can you see this? What it is telling? Login as. Now by default Amazon has created one user. You have to log in through that user only. That is called EC2 user. EC2 user. See, I logged in already. Let me make it somewhat big. Appearance. It's a bold 20. Okay. Now can you see this? I have already logged into my Linux. I see which image I have selected. Amazon Linux. I'll say uptime. When it got, this is command. See, this is shell only. Secure socket shell. I explained in that PPT, right? Where it is? This shell. As of now, I am in this shell only. Okay, this is called shell. So here I am telling uptime. It said 6 minutes ago this server came up. Clear, right?
Clear.
Yeah, and like can you please mute it?
Vinith, please go on mute.
Vinith, can you please mute it? I'll mute it.
Mute him, yeah, mute him.
Yeah. So till here good, right? How to create the server, how to create key, everyone is good, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I think that's it for today. For you guys, the task is first, if you doesn't have an account in AWS, please create it. Once you created, you try to follow this video and try to create one server. From tomorrow, I'll proceed some other stuffs. Okay. I think that's it for today. Any doubt till the here for today? Meetings recording will be shared by like Harsha. You can check with Harsha. Okay then. Thank you all. Bye bye. Tomorrow we'll
Yeah.
meet again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.